So we are now doing another battery comparison between a bunch of different phones, and these range from the Nothing Phone 2A all the way up to the Google Pixel 8. So we have the Nothing Phone 2A, the Galaxy S24, the iPhone 15, the Pixel 7a, and the Pixel 8. So we're basically going to see what's going to happen when we keep all of them on their main displays and some games in the background. Now all of them have all the apps cleared out in the background. They're all at their max brightness as well. So whatever I do on one device, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other one as well. So I'm going to try to keep this as even as possible, and we'll just kind of see what ends up happening here in the next couple of hours. So I will go ahead and just load up YouTube in the background. I'll literally just keep it on their main display again for like an hour, and we'll see what, we'll check back in about another hour, and we'll basically see where we're at from there. Well, everyone, about an hour has passed, and you can see once again we're at varying battery lives. Now, the Nothing Phone 2A is at 96%. My Galaxy S24 is at 94%. My iPhone 15 is at 94% as well. The Pixel 7a is at 95%, that's what it looks like. And then the Pixel 8 all the way at the end is at 93%. So far the Pixel 8 is doing the worst. The Nothing Phone 2a is actually doing the best. So, and again, these are just from the first basis of just being on their main display for like an hour and 3 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and load up Temple Run 2. Again, not that crazy of a game. It's a pretty basic game when it comes down to it. But we're going to load up Temple Run 2, and we're going to see what happens again. I'm pretty sure they're all going to be, still lasting within the next hour. So let me load up that game, and we'll check back in about another hour and basically see where we're at. So it's been almost another hour. I wanted to check back in just for now. So you can see if we go ahead and take a look at all these applications, swiping out of all of them, you can see that we are varying battery lives again. They've just been playing Temple Run 2 in the background. The Nothing Phone 2a is at 88%. The Galaxy S24 is at 82%. So 88% versus 82%. The iPhone 15 is at, if we go and take a look here, 83%. The Pixel 7a is 79%, and the Pixel 8 is at 80%. So right now the Pixel 7a is doing the worst. The Galaxy S24 is doing pretty good, and the Pixel 8 is doing the second to the worst. So it's really this one, and this one. So the Nothing Phone 2a is actually doing the best right now, which is very surprising. We'll go back into it. We'll just go play Temple Run 2 for another hour. And we'll check back in after and see which ones, where they're at. So it's been another hour, and we are at varying battery lives on all of them. Swapping out all of these once more, let's go and see where we're at. So on the Nothing Phone 2a, we're currently at 78%. The Samsung Galaxy S24, we're at 69%. The iPhone 15, 71%. The Pixel 7a, 61%. And the Google Pixel 8 at 66%. So still so far, the Pixel 7a is doing the worst right now. The Pixel 8 is kind of like a little bit ahead of it, so it's still a little bit above here. The iPhone 15 is at 71%, so it's still pretty good. And this is in second place right now. The Nothing Phone 2a is still in first place. So definitely when it comes down to these two so far, I think they're doing a really good job. Again, all we've done is like play one game in the background, and for 3 hours, we're already draining them a little bit. The 7a is actually surprising me that it's still doing pretty good. But I mean, I don't know. I definitely am not really super surprised because I just did another battery comparison yesterday. So we'll check back in about another hour, and we'll see where we're at from there. Just doing one little check-in before I head out. And you can see right here we are once again varying battery lives. As of right now, the OnePlus or the Nothing Phone 2a is 60%. The Galaxy S24, 42%. iPhone 15, 47%. Pixel 7a, 27%. And the Google Pixel 8 is at 39%. So still at a lot of different varying battery lives. I'm going to go and let them run again. I can definitely tell you within the next hour, the Google Pixel 7a is probably going to get close. Maybe in 2 hours it's probably going to die. I guess we'll check it out. But I will go and get them back into their standard operating procedure and check back in about another hour. So it's been many hours since the last time I checked in. So let's go and see where they're at now. Now the Pixel 7a did end up dying at the 6 hour and 29 minute mark. So you can see basically where we're at. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, this Nothing Phone 2a is doing substantially better than I thought it was going to be doing. Right now, that phone is at 41%. The Samsung Galaxy S24 is at 12%. The iPhone 15 is at 22%. And the Pixel 8 all the way at the end is at 10%. So this phone is doing very, very good. It's doing the best so far. The Galaxy S24 is still doing okay, doing better than the Pixel 8. But the iPhone 15 is still quite a bit behind the Nothing Phone 2a. Now, this phone is 60 Hz. I will tell you very soon, I think in the next hour, the Pixel 8 is probably going to die, and the Galaxy S24 is also probably going to die around that same time. So we'll check back in every once in a while, but I'll probably tell you for the time being, I'm not surprised that the 7A died, so far behind. But definitely the Nothing Phone 2A's battery life is doing very, very good so far. We'll check back in about another hour and see where we're at. All right, everyone, a couple more hours that passed, and a lot of these phones ended up dying. So the Google Pixel 8 ended up dying at 7 hours and 35 minutes, and the Samsung Galaxy S24 ended up dying at 7 hours and 52 minutes. Have a different time than both of them, but still, I would say they lasted fairly long. You can see between the phones that are left, if we go and hop out of here, the Nothing Phone 2A is still at 30%, and the iPhone 15 is at 8%. It's a little bit hard to tell. Again, some key things to keep in mind. The Nothing Phone 2A's display is significantly less powerful than the other, than most of the competitors. Just one thing to keep in mind, but overall still a bigger display here. Very surprising. I think the iPhone 15 is definitely going to die within the next hour or so, but it's still very surprising to me that these two, for the Nothing Phone 2A did a really, and the fact that this is the max brightness here and everything like that is actually pretty crazy to me. So we'll check back in whenever the iPhone 15 dies, and we'll see what the Nothing Phone 2A is left with. And then there was one at the end of the day. At 8 hours and about 43 minutes, the iPhone 15 had just died. So you can see we are at still 23% on the Nothing Phone 2A. Quite impressive that this specific phone was able to basically last this long. I'm actually fairly surprised about this particular device. Looking at all of them, I mean, you can definitely see the Pixel 7a did the worst, as I was probably expecting. The Pixel 8 did fairly decent. I'm surprised that this phone's doing this bad in the battery test. I thought it was going to be doing better. The Galaxy S24 is doing better than the Pixel 8. The iPhone 15 is doing very, very good for the battery life standpoint, as I was expecting. But the Nothing Phone 2A did a really good job. If you're in the market for a sub $400 phone, and you're trying to find one that's going to have a pretty good battery life, I think a phone like the Nothing Phone 2A is probably going to give you a pretty decent experience. As always though, if you're wanting a better device, you can always get a more expensive one, but I definitely do think at the end of the day, this type of device did a really good job, and I'm genuinely actually pretty surprised about it at the end of the day. So at this point, that kind of covers it up here for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.